So beyond creating a perfect position for yourself, you also need to schedule that position. Um, First of all, you have to decide what you mean by work. A lot of the stuff we do we call work, it really isn't work. Okay? Work involves anything that leans very heavily into your unique strengths, and this is important, it furthers your career. That is work. So those are the two criteria. Any task, even if it's required for your job, that doesn't lean on these two things, isn't necessarily defined as work. I mean, it is an activity. It can be useful and contribute, but if it doesn't lean on your unique strengths and it doesn't further your career, it's not necessarily directly helping you in terms of where you're trying to go. So how do you schedule your perfect position right now that you've identified it? First off, review the list, that bucket list you created before, and then be clear about what your professional goal is, where you're trying to go. Once you've done that, map out what you need to do over the next 5 to 10 years to achieve those goals. These days, everyone is in a hurry to get where they want to go. In reality, it's all like Tony Robbins always says, it always takes longer than you expected. So map it out 5, 10 years. Once you've done that, then reverse engineer, break down the goals into yearly goals and into monthly goals and into weekly goals. For me, weekly goals are activities, like things you're actually going to do. And then once you've broken down those activities that would scale up into helping you get where you want to go to, assign specific times for each of them. Like decide how much time you're going to spend on each one. The way you can determine that is by doing some research to figure out, oh, okay, if I want to do this, so for example, let's say I want to read a book, I can go check and say how long does it take me to typically read a book, and then I can plan how much time. If it takes me 20 hours to get through a book, how much time do I need to spend each day reading a book if I want to read a book a month? Or I could base it off of experience. I know that it typically takes me um, an hour to create this material, this content. Then I'm going to schedule maybe 20 minutes each day so that I can get it done over 3 days. Those sort of things. So you build out the activities. Then once you've done that, because you're creating a perfect position, you want to, again, Laura recommends this, you want to spend at least 30 hours per week working on these activities. The reason 30 hours is picked is because it's just enough to get you involved and productive and not too much to where you become too tired, right? 30 hours, if you think about it, if you do 5 days a week, that's about 6 hours a day. If you do 6 days a week, it's about 5 hours a day. If you do the math on that, remember you have a 10-hour goal, 10,000 hour goal you're trying to achieve to become that expert. Think about how long that's going to take if you do like 5 hours a day working on that, right? So that's where that is coming from, okay? In terms of being able to create that perfect position. Then once you've decided what you mean by work and you've done this portion, the next thing to do is focus on your work and be flexible in case things come up. So for example, if I've scheduled the time, one of the things that can be helpful is you can use an alarm. You set it for every hour. So it's like a vibration on your phone now. We have that technology. And then when you start working, once the vibration goes on, check this hour, what have I done? And what was I going to actually do? This is going to help you identify what tends to distract you. So once you know that, you can then make contingency plans ahead of time. And you can also adjust your schedule to avoid regular time wasters. So you focus on work and make it as flexible as possible. Then the next thing you want to do is when it comes to perfect work, delete, diminish, and delegate any activity or task that doesn't fit into your definition of work. So deletion means that you remove yourself from projects or activities that won't further your career. If it's unavoidable, like you really can't avoid it, then you want to diminish. Like you want to devote most of your time or your schedule to actual work and then schedule small blocks of time for minor tasks, answering phone calls, checking email, those are minor tasks. And then you want to delegate. If there is a way that you can um, get someone else to do tasks that are not your strengths, do it. One of the ways someone talked about that I really found helpful was you can collaborate with people. If you work in a team, look at your unique strengths and then see where that strength is somebody else's weakness. And then you can ask them, all right, I really enjoy doing this. And we both have to do this. You have to do this for your job, your task. I have to do this for mine. What about if I take on yours and then you take on these activities that I really don't enjoy? Maybe they enjoy doing those things. That's one way that you can delegate. And if you do those things, it'll make it easier for you to actually schedule your perfect position. It's kind of a way for you to gain control, pretty much. Yeah.